Oh, phew. I thought it was the other Orcus. Yeah. See, if they had a. I think people would have liked it if they'd used the actual Hand of Vecna or the Eye of Vecna in the Stranger Things finale. I think that would have actually improved it, but I think anything would have improved the finale of Stranger Things. It's what happens. It's excellent, excellent. A blimp. I know a YouTuber who's going to be very upset with that because they've been trying to get their followers to buy him a blimp for years. Oh, okay. Okay. Me. Buhausen. I want to do one thing because I can actually do this in my campaign because it's not gone. You could actually do their Deathhausen. 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 He believes that he can't see you. Okay. Check Discord a second.
You on sale. Comment, like, and subscribe on YouTube. Join the flock. Come on, let's store together. Don't be shy. Join the flock.
Greetings, everyone, and as you can tell, Sam Mura is feeling much better. He was ill earlier. Yes. So, right. Okay, at the end of the last session, finally won that combat. And, oh. Well, that's got to be a scam. The first comment in the chat. Possible ban evader. Hey, yo, bro! I just caught your stream. Yeah, we just started. Can't stay long, so I dropped you a follow. I want to support your journey. I can connect you with a big Twitch streamer who pulls thousands of viewers. Has about 408,000.4K followers and makes serious bank. Well, he builds banks. Yep, streamers grow with real viewers, active chatters, and loyal fans who donate gifts and sub consistently. This is about growth, and add him on Discord. Scammer. I don't have one. Congrats! You've got access to paperwork that doesn't exist. $600 US in Bitcoin. Yes. Okay, how many other ways can we say masturbation? Just playing single player. Or another word of saying tosser. And not meaning pervaded or balls. Right. So at the end of last session, we just finished the fight with the zombies and the ambush of the goblin zombies. Yeah, you dropped that off at the start of the session. So yeah. Well, she got her golden rings back. Well, they're starting to come back. Because the area was causing her to lose her divine power. Sorry? No, I've stopped doing that. Because basically it was killing my views. because I can only stream on Twitch. Because if I stream on both, basically what happens is I end up with one view on Twitch. Well, you can't watch on Twitch. Oh yeah, we'll have disabled it if you haven't used it in ages. Yeah, because basically, as I said, I was just finding that having two, I was getting no new viewers on YouTube, and just losing out on the ones I had on Twitch, because it was getting. Oh, my thing's complaining about my controller. There, unplug it. I'll stop it whinging. Right. Okay, so yes, as I said, we just finished the combat, and that's when we ended the session. So I'm not sure what people actually wanted to do after the combat, because you were still at the edge of the cursed area. No, that was at the start of the session. Yeah, that was at the start of the session. Yeah. Yes, you did. You can recover it, because it was like nearby. That's for repairing broken items. Okay. Because I think you might have used all your heals up during the last combat. But like I said, you're still at the edge of the area. Hmm. It's just my phone. It's all right. Falder's just going to go along with what the rest of the party are suggesting. Yeah, because remember, because that was, as I said, we did that at the start of the last session. Yeah. Sorry, I was just setting up a watch on my phone because we only had 2 viewers. So we're now up to 3. Ollie's not even logged in on Roll20. Bad. No. Yeah, he doesn't use it. Yeah, it's just D&D. There we go. Okay, so what's the plan? Gonna... Okay. Yeah, because with the wolf man, she'll be able to outrun them anyway. Okay. So if we get let's get you on your wolf mount. So that would be Okay, as you move in from the exterior of the woods, the area does start to darken. And you start to lose sight of the exterior. The stream up. Ahead of you, there are some green flickering shapes moving around, as well as the zombies that you can see. You'd have to roll. Yep. 19. It's some kind of small green spirit. From this distance, it's hard to tell. Yeah, you got it as well. Yeah, you can tell what it is as well. As I said, it's like a small green fiery spirit. There's a couple of them. They don't seem to be paying much attention to you. They're just whizzing around. One of the spirits starts to head towards you. It's small, green, slight fiery tint to it. Would you like to do anything with it as it's approaching? Yeah. You can tell it's a wisp. Hmm. You can roll a history check or a religion check. Okay. Wisps are dancing lights. They're or spirits. Sometimes friendly, sometimes not. It doesn't respond, it just travels over towards the tree on the other side of where you're traveling, stops. Okay. Either is fine. Yeah. Oh. It quickly flies back to the tree closest to you. Seems to dart around on the ground, on the floor, trying to get your attention. I'm not sure if they can actually speak. Check. As said, I can't remember. I'm quickly having a look. You never know, it might actually. Okay, wisp. Yeah, they do actually know language. Yeah. For some reason I thought they didn't know any languages. But yeah, it does. It looks like over here. This you something you deserve. Or maybe you don't. Although I think here is where you deserve to be. Something here. With your sweet music. Not telling. Game. Trust me or not, it's up to you. And then quickly darts away. Well, I'm gonna do whatever it is the rest of you think we should do. I'm just riding back up. You sure you don't mean it seemed to be indicating there was something on the ground there? He has -4. Okay, so can you roll me a D100? No, just Mura, because Mura's the one who investigated the potential loot. 47. 47. You find a pair of gauntlets. They're metal. They seem very like plate, but they seem to be covered in that plumbum material that you've found. You can add irradiation-proof gauntlets. Yeah, irradiation-proof gauntlets. Mm. They're not actually plate, they just look like plate. They shouldn't actually give any armor. Yeah, but that only protects you from the background exposure. Those are for specifically picking up items in this area. If you attempted to pick up an item in this area normally, you would start getting exposure. Especially as you travel deeper into this. Okay. So do you want to get back on your wolf? Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna head. Is everyone gonna head further in? Okay. Well, you got 40 movement, so Riz, just move yourself on 40, as you seem to be leading. Close enough. Let's move your wolf up. Yeah. No, you're just seeing nothing. Oh no, that shouldn't actually be there. Okay, I'll have Fel to move up with you. Is the cleric going to move up? And I'll move Kinryu up as well. Excuse me. To your left, there is another wisp. And the original wisp. The second wisp is heading towards you. More of you there are. What are you doing here, humans? Well, what are you doing here, human creatures? Creatures? Darkness. The energy. Tasty. Tasty energy. Do you want some? Do you want some of the energy? No? No. Going to feed. It darts away and starts, and it goes towards one of the trees and hovers close to the ground, where it starts to glow a slightly deeper green. Ahead of you, there are several. You can see the zombies that were heading towards you before. They're just circling away. Well, they're actually heading back the way they came, back towards where you were. But there are also green clouds ahead of you. Fog banks. Around 10 feet across. There's several of them. Each glowing with a slight energy. And there's something clearly moving around inside it. Nice energy. Warm. Good. Maybe. Lionhead is boring. No music from him. Lionhead should come over here maybe and feed. Sure, he will like it. Oh, he is nice friend. He makes good music. He shouldn't come to tree. You should come to other tree. Things you would like. Lionhead can go to other tree. You can come to this one. So you're going to head to the tree. It's heading to. Oh, I've got a bit too far ahead. It lingers on the ground, indicating something's on the ground for you. Okay, so as you dig around, roll a d100. See, you've impressed. You've actually impressed the two of them. They like you, so they're leading you to the good things. Unlike if you'd upset them, then they'd have led you to traps. Okay, you find 1d4. So roll a d4. You find 3 semi-precious stones, each worth 50 gold. Pardon me, they're safe and pardon me, only feel slightly warm to the touch. Mm. Okay, well that's the only wisps that were there. So you're going to keep heading forward. Okay. The cloud starts to move towards you. Yeah. Yeah, roll for it. Are you rolling for yourself? Oh, yeah, there it is. It's just come up. Yeah. You got an 11. You can only tell it's humanoid. Okay, you can see that it's. You can see from it's two slightly different zombies, different to the ones you fought before. You'd have to enter the green clouds. Okay, if you want. Okay. Okay, so you're going to back off and then try and circle around them. Okay, so Phil's going to lead the way. Head around and away from them. Basically, she's headed round the left-hand side of the tree. Okay. The creatures are basically just heading towards where you just were. Okay. So yeah, the plan's working. Just got to catch up before we head on to the next map. Okay, I'll move you up, ready to move you to the next map. Okay. Oh, oh. Hold on, something's not quite working right. Oh, I was in the... Okay, you emerge from... Let's move back to the edge of the map. You emerge from the center of the wood. Well, emerge at the center of the woods. Ahead of you is the remains of a small outpost with a tower. Ahead of you are several clouds of green mist, some thin, some thicker, and the place is clearly a ruin. The tower ahead of you has several statues outside which are completely destroyed, which are completely ruined, and there are broken up buildings to your right hand side. Ahead of you, on the ground, there are several pieces of shiny, smooth stone, which looks completely alien to the rest of the environment. And there are several wisps traveling around, hovering over these stones. Yeah, sure. Stones are black. Stones are black, smooth. They radiate a bizarre energy, when you touch them, they are extremely warm. Well, actually, are you going to touch them or are you just looking at them? Okay. Not from just looking at them. Insight is when you're trying to tell if someone's lying. Okay, the stones have clearly been dropped there. They're not a natural, they're not a native stone of this area. There are a normal number of bones around each one. Those of small animals, mice, all surrounding them, like a couple of around each one. No. As I said, you have to use the identify spell to do that. But you do sense that there is energy coming off of them. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Was that an Arcana check? Okay. In the lore of Purin, it tells you that this is the Black Stone. But it doesn't seem consistent with what her writing describes. Her writing describes this black stone as being a smooth obsidian-like material. This has got engraving on it. Something's been done to it. It's something has been done to increase its potency. There are runes inscribed upon it. Runes that you recognize. Yes. Something from before you became a member of Purin's order. Do the others want to take a look? Let me just decide, because it's something you would all know. It'd be a history check. Okay, I'll have failed a roll. Okay, Felder's actually got a +4. I didn't realise she had a +4 in history. But she got a 4. That's 6. You recognise the characters, though, as being the first language. You may not remember the language, but you recognise it as the first language, the Druidic language. The first language taught to Beastkin by the Druids. As the first means of communication between humanoids and Beastkin. Well, between Beastkin and humans or druids. So probably elven druids. Does anyone have the language of Elvish? I'll let you re-roll that one with advantage then. Yeah, with advantage though, because as I said, it would. Oh, okay, yeah. Then both re-roll it with advantage. You both can read it. As I said, it's literally the first language that all Beastkin would have learned. It's what your language is based on. So you know enough to to have a basic understanding of it, because it's the root language of yours. Um, it basically is a curse to gods that has been engraved on this stone. It's basically saying that those of immortal means should die. Clearly, it's there to ward off gods. What about those gloves you picked up? Yeah, but you could pick them up with those gauntlets you just picked up. Well, if we can find something to store them in, Well, especially seeing what they've done with this. Well, maybe if we continue investigating, we might find something else, because clearly someone knew what they were doing if they had those gauntlets. +6. Well, I think we should probably investigate that tower. Because I don't think we're going to find anything just scraping around out here in the dirt. And clearly this cursed area is coming from here. Whoever's harming Purin is coming from here. Well, I think we need to head into that tower. Okay. Who's going to head towards the tower first? Okay. Okay. moved you closer to the tower, but skirting the edge of the mist. Probably going to have you go up and then behind the statue, so that then you won't be touching it at all, if possible. As you get closer to the yeah. As you move forward, though, you do see that there is something strange on the ground. Something very odd. It's a doll's head. Like a small child's doll, like a straw doll. Um, it's just left there. As though someone couldn't come and collect it. It's not got a creepy face or anything. It's got like just a regular. It's got like a little button eyes. Okay, so I'll have you move. Did you want to pick it up or do anything with it? Yeah. Okay, so you pick it up and head behind the tower. Okay, so everyone else is going to come up with you. Going to keep the wolves outside in case, well, in case we need to get out of here quick, because it might be a little bit tight maneuvering inside a building with the wolves. Okay, what about the rest of you? Okay. Okay. I assume Kinryu's going to want to go inside and open the door and go inside. Yeah. As you head into the corridor of the tower, there are two doors, one on either side of you. Well, one slightly further in than the other. You can hear what sounds like things inside each room moving around. Felder's going to come up behind you. Scout out. Okay, so it's door number 1 or door number 2? Well, it's Kinryu who's first, so you got the left-hand door or the right-hand door? Okay. As you open the door, you can tell there are creatures inside. Yeah. Well, these have been in this effect for longer, so. And you're very close to the source of it. Okay, well. Okay, are you going to head in? Yeah, that's who I was waiting for. Okay. Well, counter builder time. Okay, roll initiative. I've got 12. I mean, the wolves are going to be out of it because they are outside. Okay, so first one is Charlie Riz. Okay, I assume that's what Scarred Heart was doing his turn. But you would... Okay. Yeah, just be glad it's not in the civilian area because the enemy that retreats then goes and murders people who are like living a mile down the street. And you then get blamed for it. Just remember that in future. Okay, so was that all going to be your turn then, Scarred Heart? Okay, the irradiated is okay. Well, it's only just moved into range. Okay, it's within 10 feet now. So Kinryu will need to make a con save. Okay, that's a fail. So you've got one level of exposure. However, you have to get 3 to get the curse. So you're fine at the moment. So that's... I'll do is I'll mark that with green because you got 1. Okay, so it's going to attack. It's going to slam into you. and fail. Okay, and that's the end of its turn. Yeah, but you haven't put them on. Yeah, but you didn't say you were putting them on. Okay, Felder doesn't really have a shot from here. So there's nothing much he can do. Okay, it's Kinryu's turn. No. That does hit. Yeah, it takes the full 8 damage. Yeah, that's a hit. Oh, Ollie, you'll need to roll a con save as well. Sorry, I didn't realise you were in range. Yeah, that's a success. Okay. Second zombie's moved into range. Okay, so... Okay, it's going to attempt a bite. Okay, got a 16. It's attacking you, you're the only one in range. So that's 1d8 bludgeoning, piercing, and 2d6 necrotic. So that's 7 piercing and 2 necrotic. Yeah, they just halved it because it was 5 necrotic. Because the armor also gives you resistance to necrotic, the gauntlets. So you actually reduce it to nothing. 7 piercing. Okay, it's back up to Charlie. You could get past them on the left-hand side of the door. The doors are quite big. Not a great start. Okay. Scarter, it's your turn. Do you think you could move up a little bit more so that Felder could actually get a shot off? Oh my goodness. No, that's not the problem. That's not the problem at all. I'm just checking the effect of Mighty Roar. All creatures within a 30-foot cone who can see or hear make a DC plus proficiency plus charisma. That includes allies. Except he makes a wisdom save. So it's the DC of it is 8 plus 2, so that's 10 minus 1, so that's 9. So you are now afraid of your healer. Yes. Then you pass. Okay, now roll for the zombies. Okay, zombie A has failed. And zombie B has failed. They'll keep attacking, they just can't move towards you. Because it's not turn undead, so fortunately, it doesn't result in people running away. And you can also retest it at the start of your turn. Well, at the end of your turn. So it's fortunately quite harmless. Okay, so it's the irradiated zombies' turn. If there's nothing else that Scarred Heart can do. But you did also move within the 10 foot of the zombies, so you need to give me a con save. What'd you get? 7, yeah, so. Okay, it's going to can attack Riz. Because it's Riz just attempted to attack it with a sword, so yeah, it's going to try and clobber him back for that. But not on a nat 1, it's not. Okay. Okay, Felder's going to move up. It's moved within the 10 feet. Con save. And passed. And he's going to attempt to shoot the zombie A. For once, she freaking hits! After all those misses last time. Okay, 8 damage. Okay, Kinryu doesn't have to make the roll because she's got the armor. So, because starting your turn within 10 feet. As I said, Kinryu's got the armor on now, so definitely doesn't have to do that. So it's Kinryu's turn. Yeah, that's definitely a hit. Okay, 12 damage. So they always have that annoying effect. 12, 17. It's not radiant, so I need to roll a 17 on a con save. Freaking hell, dirty 20. Okay, I'm surprised by that. Freaking dirty 20. I needed to get a 17, and I literally rolled a 17 plus the 3 it gets. So yeah, it survives the first hit. Yeah, it's a hit. Okay, so that's 13. So I'd need to get an 18 this time. Sorry? I would be fucking surprised if it does. Oh, for sake, it fucking... I fucking did it! Again? That's a hit. I mean, it's literally on 1 hit point. Okay, 13. So it's another 18 I've got to get. Okay. Nat 20. My dice rolls have gone 18, 19, 20. The last 3. That's a hit. It's only got armor class of 8. Okay, so 11, so I've got to get 16. It's failed. Okay. So it dies. As its hit points have gone to 0, each creature within 5 feet of it must make a DC 13 saving throw. Con save. Con save, yeah. You're not within 5 feet. Yes. So it's failed. You've succeeded. And yeah. So you're only going to take half damage. I'm just using that because it's 2d6. Okay, so 7. So who succeeded? Well, you both succeeded. So you take 3. Sam takes 1. So unless you want to, and you can roll your d4. So actually, you'll take none. The lowest you can get is a 1. So these ones literally blow up when they die. Okay. Is that all you can? Okay, so irradiated B is going to, it's going to attempt slam into you. Well, slam into you. 16. It does 3 bludgeoning. Okay, so back up to Charlie. You're 5, 10. You're within 10 feet, so you need to do another con save. You passed. Hold on. Let me just get the table up a second. It's like the first nat 20 we've had today. That's downloads. Okay, nat 20. So give me another d20. Yeah. So 1. Okay. So roll your damage. So roll your damage. Yeah. it just playing up? Because I've not seen you. Oh, that's what. No, still not getting your damage come up. Did you roll damage? Okay, I'll just refresh the. Yeah, sorry, just refreshing the page. For some reason, the log wasn't updating. Okay, so 12 damage. You can also roll an additional d10. Yeah. $21. Yeah, 21 damage. And it's attacking with a -3 when it attacks, if it attacks. Yeah. Yeah, that's a hit. He's worked out how the weapons work. Pointy end goes in the other side, in the other guy. Okay, so 7, 5, so I need to get 12 on its con save. Freaking hell. In one. No, it's dead. It got an 8. But it still explodes. So, yeah, Kinryu and Charlie take a con save. Yeah, so you both succeed. Okay, so 2d6 damage. Okay, so Riz takes 4. Mura takes 2. Unless he wants to use his d4. So this time you actually will have to roll it, because you might get a 1 and take 1 damage. You got just enough. So yes, you've negated it completely. Okay. Well, that's that combat over. What is it Jack's rolls aren't appearing though? That's weird. Well, what I mean is they're not appearing in the game log. Okay, what's when I do it on here? What's okay? It's working now, so. Hmm. Well, in that room there are lots of broken up chairs, and there is a door leading to a back room. You can see. Yeah, except you could see from the outside that the top of this tower has collapsed. Okay, well, they're just making up their mind which direction to go. You've cleared out this room. There is a door on the opposite side. Sometimes you just got to go up and open a door. Well, it's up to the party to decide. Yeah. Okay. So who's going to open the door? Okay. Okay. You open the door, and ahead of you is two very ratty chairs. One slightly larger than the other on the left, and the lesser chair on the right. In the larger chair is a large, pale green skinned lich in robes. On his right is a sort of apparition, possibly a ghost. On the floor is a small doll's body without a head. As soon as you open the door, the lich looks at you. Ah, greetings. Are you my replacements? Are you my replacements? I've been serving here for such a long time. I almost forget how long it's been. Yes. You know nothing of Motoro. You can't possibly be my replacement. Hey, Phil. Hmm. You might be speaking the truth. Come, approach. And your companions. You seem the same kindred as Motoro. That seems unlikely, but I'm sure it's been hundreds of years, possibly thousands. I'm not sure, though. Might have been 20. 20 has a nice ring to it. I'm not really sure. That's assuming it's a lich. Said it looked like a lich. Are you going to all go into the room? Zelda's going to come in with them. What's going on here then? Well, they've eventually found the source of the problem. So, which one of you is it that is here to replace the champion of Motoro? Ticking. What ticking? No, Phil just said, did you find the source of the ticking? I'm thinking it's a joke. Um, so which one of you is here to challenge the champion of Motoro to become his champion? Oh, it's a Potter Pals reference. Well, what do you say, wife? Do any of them seem worthy? The spirit that was in the other chair moves over towards you. She looks down and sobs at the doll. "Mm, husband, they might be. I don't know. I really don't know." She tries to pick up the doll but can't. Her hand passes through it. Okay. Okay, as you pick up the doll, you still have the doll's head that you picked up earlier. Oh, you have the head. This was my daughter's. She was killed by the Empire of Blood. That's all I have to remember her. They are definitely the ones, husband. This one, this one is truly worthy. He's shown great kindness and bravery. He would have accepted your challenge. Would you have not? Then he is truly worthy of Motoro. But husband, he seems sick. He seems sick. And that lion man at the back there, he seems sick too. Tell me, have you touched the black stone? Or gone in the clouds? But you have the essence within you, the the seeds of the curse. Husband, tell them what has gone on here. The lich steps forward. He struggles to walk. He he walks over to you and he says, "This land was a refuge from the Empire of Blood. We set up special magics to prevent their deities from walking amongst us here. They, they, their monstrous deities could not come here because of the stone. But it would make people sick, cause great death, destruction. We have means of containing it. But certain areas like this, there's been too much done here. It will be dangerous here for thousands of years. But here, I will get you something that will help you in your quest." He steps out and comes back with a barrel. It's about 3 feet tall, covered in ornate runes. I'm trying to remember what it's called now. It's a, and someone can add this to their inventory. is called a null field cask. Only one of you can. You're only getting one of them. You can put the black stone within that cask to store it until you find a way of getting rid of it. And any items that are cursed by the black stone's magic. Yes, that will be what is. That is the only amount in this local area, aside from under the Great Storm. Yes, there is a large statue of the material just outside the castle. But you will not be able to remove that now. If you come back here, there may be ways of removing it in future. But for now, this will, you can collect up what there is loose. Well, you can also have these, as you are now champion of Motoro. But I suggest you put those in the chest for now, in the casket for now. They are far too dangerous for you to use. There are 3 items of Motoro. Oh. Well, it helps if I spell it right. There is the Amulet of Motoro's Devout, the Blade of Motoro's Champion, and the Orb of Motoro. Those are your but they would be very dangerous for you to attempt to use right now. So I suggest you keep them in the cask. At least until you find a way to remove the curse. Otherwise they could prove very dangerous to you. But that is up to you. As you are Motoro's champions. Are you going to put the items in the cask, or are people going to attempt to take a look at them? One is a necklace. One is a sword. You can put them in the casket. There's an orb. Yeah, they're very dangerous. Yeah, there's the amulet, the blade, and the orb. Are you? Well, it's laid out in front of you. The only person who can touch it without risk is Kinryu. But you can look up the items if you want. As I said, Motoro is spelled MO apostrophe T then Toro. Well, you're the one who literally inherits his sword, so. A long sword +2, which at the moment is cursed. Although someone could probably get away with using the orb. Although actually no, the amulet could be used as well. It's technically any of you can wear the gauntlets. So technically you could give the gauntlets to whoever wants to use one of the items, and they could use the item safely. It's only one curse, but it's quite difficult to get rid of. Money, no problems. Well, they've already been there to the temple of those who studied the blade. Well, was there anything else anyone wanted to do while in the tower? Okay. Felder looks at the rest of you. Well, then we should head back out to the wolves and see if there's any of that black stone we saw on the way in. Okay. Another wisp has appeared. You go to castle? Would you befriend? Oh. Friend, come see. Felder goes over. What? What do you mean? Tricked you. The wisp then hits something on the ground. And there's a huge burst of green energy. Felder's caught in the blast and thrown back 10 feet. And is cursed. She screams out in pain. And her eyes start to glow green. Fooled you. The wisp then darts into the cloud. The Felder looks up. Ah, what the hell was that? Dickhead. I don't think I'm going to be much help to you guys at this point onwards. At least not until I get this sorted out. I can get back on my wolf. I'll be okay. She climbs back on her wolf, but she's clearly in a lot of pain. No, it's okay. It doesn't. I'm not getting any weaker. Just yeah. There's a couple of stones on the floor here. Get those and let's get out of here. Okay, there's 3 pieces of black stone. Okay, so you picked up all 3? Yep. No, no. These were created by Motoro's people. Okay. Yeah, Felder has the irradiated curse and has radiation exposure effect level 1, which has the effect of mild sickness causing disadvantage on constitution saving throws, and she feels constantly nauseous and fatigued. Okay, so we've picked up all the Blackstone here. Was there anything else anyone wanted to do at the tower before we head back to camp? Hmm? Okay. Okay, so as you're heading back, you'll get 2 effects from the random hazard table heading back across those 2 maps. So hopefully it won't be anything major because you're going to be speeding back across the maps to get Felder back as soon as possible. So, first one, 8. Ooh. Okay, gonna need a strength saving throw from each of you. Yeah, that's high enough. Oh, looks like. Okay, it was only. Okay, looks like. Um, who got less than a 12? Oh, Ollie. Okay, so you take 1 level. Basically you were grabbed at by vines, which have given you 1 exposure. No, because you've only taken 1. Yeah. And after a long rest, it goes back down. So as long as you don't get affected by another, as long as you don't get another serious one on the way back, you'll be fine. The next one, 18. Safe growth, no hazard. So yeah, you're fine. Once you get a long rest in you, you'll lose those levels of exposure. So, let's have you back at camp. Okay, you arrive back at camp. Zelda almost falls off her wolf. Foreman's sharp races over. Oh my goodness, what the hell happened to her? What the hell? I'll have to keep her away from camp. Well, I'll have to keep her on the edge of camp, away from... And hopefully she doesn't get any worse. Black stone. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose I could, if I can write down some details about the runes on this containment unit, we might be able to do something with it. If I send it off to a few experts I know, they might be able to come up with some kind of countermeasures, but it will take time. Well, it sounds like they were using it as totems to keep the gods of the Empire of Blood from invading this land. Probably incidental. They were probably desperate and didn't realize that it would affect someone who doesn't mean them any harm. That's probably why who gave you this casket? The Blackstone probably made him into something like a lich. What else was inland? Zombies. Yeah, that would explain it. What they've done is they've baked their own lich by accident. If this curse zombifies people, then it probably turned the champion into a lich of some kind. Probably not as powerful, but But yeah, if we can find some way of neutralizing this radiating curse, then we should be able to deal with it. She seems to be, yeah. Mm. And we know that this area, well, um, we should have some guards arriving soon, so we should be able to defend ourselves against those zombies that are wandering in the woods. Um, but yeah, once there's some other rumors for you to look into once you've rested up. Um, but yeah, good job, good job. Sorry, Felder's been taken ill. She probably have to stay here for a while. But we've taken our first step to building the Beastkin city here. Our supplies have all arrived, and we started on the warehouse. So yeah, we need you to scout out the next potential area if you're up to it. But we can talk about that once you've rested, because you're looking a bit green. Well, okay, let's get your tents up because you're going to be long resting. Well, wisps are evil by nature. Well, yeah, um, some will just mess you about. But like I said, you better get some rest. You're looking a bit rough, and we'll discuss your next assignment in the morning. Was there anything anyone else wanted to do? Because I'm probably going to call it when you take the long rest. So yeah, because I haven't really got much in the way of supplies here. So, well, not in terms of like buying and selling. Um, no, but you might find that there's other people that you encounter who would definitely be interested in them. Um, so yeah, I think that's going to be all we cover tonight because you managed to actually get through the finale without fighting the Lich, thankfully. Sort of. Yeah. Oh, trust me, it was. The lich is what? Well, no, it's not really a problem. But if you'd have got into an argument with him, things could have turned hostile. If you'd have gone in there guns blazing and just been like shot first, not asked questions or anything, then yes, you probably would have ended up in a fight with Motaro's champion and his yeah, that was the thing that got the vote on your side. So yeah, we'll be calling it there for tonight. I'd like to thank our players. Bit of an early end to today, but yeah, still 3 hours. So yeah, good night everyone, and we'll be probably streaming Final Fantasy 4 at the after years tomorrow morning as usual. So good night all. Oh, baby, go Bears. It's not redemption. It's not a redemption arc if you just freaking sleep it off. I can, I can't sleep off. I can't sleep off Phil's bad moods. So you're not sleeping off genocide.